Alright. Alright. You know what? I thought it was a bit. Clearly, it's not a bit. Am I gonna have to change the title? Okay, welcome back to the Stanley Parable 2. Wait. Now the episode can begin, okay? Because we got the essentials. Are you listening to what I'm saying?
With the bucket around.
Yeah, see? Because it's the essentials to this episode. We simply can't carry on unless we have the bucket in hand, you know? Surname? That's not how you spell surname. The fuck? There's no more new content. None. Would that be would that be mayhaps, probably, maybe, possibly, because I have all of the new content in my hand? All of the imperative, essential things to continue the episode. I'm gonna be real with you folks. I'm gonna level with you. You know, 1-to-1, or 1-to-many. I have no motive for this video. I have no idea how to proceed. But you know what? It doesn't matter.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Because I have everything I need to succeed in life. I feel like completing the game properly this time, with the bucket in hand, could be a good start for this episode. If anything deserves to be free in this game other than Stanley, it's the bucket.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
On behalf of everybody watching this video and all the people playing this game, I would just like to wholeheartedly say, with every fiber of my being and all the energy in my chest, what the fuck? Okay.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like your and the broom closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the adventure line? We could make the adventure line go somewhere new. Yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
I'm gonna be real with you again. I didn't clock on that this was a group therapy session until I kind of looked around and saw the things placed on chairs. Okay, all right. This is fucking brilliant. What's behind this door? Oh. You're just making it too easy now. Come on, let me hear it. Tell me about how I shouldn't be here and how I shouldn't be in this room and how this is a mistake and how, you know, the broom closet is taunting me and how you should really go to explore the world, Stanley. You should just follow my script. No? Okay.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Da 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 la 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 la.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content.
Did you say that before? Like I can't even remember.
But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No. No, fuck off. No. You brought this thing into my life. I have it. I'm keeping it. You fucking... Is this the back rooms? Is this the back rooms? If I go down here and wake up in a bathtub filled with ice, and I have my kidneys and the bucket missing, I'm gonna be severely pissed, and someone is gonna have to compensate me in some way. I'm just saying. Preferably, you know, if you're gonna take one of the two, take my kidneys, leave the bucket at least. Fucking, let's be real. Let's be real. Is this where the kidney and bucket harvesting shall...
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No!
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. Ooh. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No! No.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets
I don't give a damn!
All it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley
Don't care.
characters like the adventure
blah 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 blah
until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly
I am
now.
a little bit
The
scared
fans are
though.
waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley.
I
Give
can't
the
do
fans
it.
what they want. Hurry.
Yeah.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
It really was, to be fair. I can't really doubt that, to be honest. Well, I think we could all agree that that was quite exhausting. Oh, thank God. I genuinely thought he was going to try some bullshit and take this thing away from me. Give me my...
The good old bucket.
Yes.
Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
See, that's the kind of motivation and positive spirit that we needed for the bucket. We didn't need all that negativity. Like that whole, you know, trying to put down a pet and saying, oh, he ran off to the farm kind of situation, because I wouldn't buy it. I just simply wouldn't buy it.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
You gotta have some.
You can guarantee we'd be in here for hours.
Well,
but alas, no stickers.
Let it be. Just let it be. Okay, I've been in there for a couple minutes now and there's nothing happening. Okay, we're just gonna go down.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Ah!
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines. And
Yeah.
now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do
I
you
quite
think,
like
Stanley?
Figlies.
What
Stanley.
name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Figleys. I kind of like Figleys. Figleys is I kind of like it. Stanlerines ain't too bad either, to be fair.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these.
Yeah.
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it.
Where?
Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket.
There it is.
Of course, he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself.
All
My
praise the
life
bucket.
kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Okay. I'm going to assume that everything that I have done, I can do again, but this time with the bucket. My only question is, what is there that I haven't done? Because the thing about this game is that you do so much, you tend to
All of
forget
his
what you've
co-workers
done
were gone.
and what you need
What
to
could
do.
it mean?
Wait,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
more importantly,
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
maybe it's possible to get the card for this door, possibly. But also, I believe there is a way that I can actually leave the cargo lift to do something else.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Maybe I'll go this way and then I'll go down there. There is an infinite number of possibilities that I can
In here,
do.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend.
Thanks,
and then,
narrator.
very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
It's not a bad place, to be honest with you. I quite like it. Not too bad. I can't open this. Where is the bucket? Where is my friend? Where? Where is the bucket? Where is my friend? Oh, hello. Hi. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket.
Hello, Stanley, it's me, your bucket. Press that button to take me to work with you.
Okay, bucket.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Speak for yourself, loser. I have a bucket and you don't.
Press circle to take me back home with you.
Yes, bucket.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Press X to go back to work.
Yes, bucket.
I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
I don't care.
Don't listen to the loud man. Press square for us to go back home.
Yes, bucket.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
This is really turning into something dramatic. Anyways.
Press left on the D-pad to ignore anyone in your life except me.
Yes, bucket.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Yeah, see, he's warming up to it now.
You believe I'm real? Don't you, Stanley? Press circle to go back home.
Yes, bucket.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
There we go. He's beginning to understand. He's healing.
Press circle to relive the same day with me over and over.
Yes. Bucket.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Because you will succumb to the bucket.
Press circle to go home, to work to home, to work to home. Do it, Stanley. Do it for me.
Yes, bucket.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No, 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 no. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
Oh boy.
Stanley, give me the bucket.
No!
Give me the bucket, Stanley.
No!
I need it. Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
Go back to work, Stanley.
Where is the bucket?
A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
All hail the bucket!
Stanley!
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
That will
We'll
be
be
it.
different people by then.
We will.
Different in the sense that we used to have none of them. And
Yeah.
now we have them all.
All of
you
them.
You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines.
No.
None of us can.
No. Unless you sell them on eBay. But, you know, then you'd have none, and what's the point in them?
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Yeah, we better be.
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
I just wanted to live in freedom, to teach my friend here how to roller skate, to watch films halfway through and then reverse them and carry on watching, to maybe live on a farm, to just watch paint dry. Was that too much to ask? But no, the greed of the narrator and this building is insufferable, and now I have to suffer inside with my bucket friend. The only, and I mean the only, good thing about the situation I am in right now, the bucket. Alright, well that's enough bucket bullshit shenanigans. I think that's all for today's episode. I genuinely at this point don't know what else I can do. I feel like I feel like this is new. Okay. Assuming, of course, that nothing is going to jump out at me and scream, I'm going to end the episode here. As I was saying, I genuinely, I feel like I've exhausted this game, but at the same time, I probably haven't even scratched the surface still. And there's probably a lot to do, and I probably could go through every ending and get every ending, possibly, with the bucket, my new friend, the love of my life. But if there's anything I haven't actually done yet that you would like me to do, don't tell me what I need to do, just drop a hint, just let me know what exactly it is you want me to attempt to do, and I will try my best to do it. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and as always, I will see you in the next episode of the Stanley Parable.
Until next time, Madhouse.
Perfect.